I don't know what's going on with OBS right now with this streaming, y'all. I'm not sure why it just keeps stopping. But we are back. We're going to try to get this thing rolling regardless. For anybody that's tuning in or just not tapping in, yeah. We're trying to get this thing going, y'all. I don't know what is the problem and what's the issue with OBS. But let's listen again one more time. All right, so this is a vibe, man. I hope y'all kind of peep what we got going on here. So we are in the midst of doing, like, I'm not sure if that's Spanish. Y'all don't get mad at me if I'm wrong, but it is an international type of R&B type of vibe, man. Like the beat is amazing. Like, we just mute the vocals. I like to mix beat first, instrumental first. So that's what we'll do real quick. Let's get some good levels going and get some panning and some effects going. That beat is hard though. All right. So right off the rip, I want to spread this kick out. It's not giving me enough. I think I want more out of the kick. So you guys see me use this PS22 spread a lot. I love this plugin. I will always use this thing, especially when I just want to do some spreading of like a kick or, you know, some type of 808s and stuff. So you should be able to hear the difference if you're in headphones or speakers. So this is with the spreader. And that's without. So you can hear it's a little bit more present, but it's wider. If you have speakers, you'll be able to hear that it got a little wider so those vocals can really sit down in the middle. Sub frequency, bass frequencies are the strongest frequencies. They travel the furthest. When I'm digging out any kind of room for vocals, we like vocals to sit in the middle of the track usually, or right out front, right in the middle. So spreading this kick out will just kind of leave some type of room for vocals. All right. All right. I'm not really feeling the snare. Let's put a little EQ, maybe some compression on it. I need like more of a smack out of that snare. Really subtle. Really, really subtle, man. You know, it don't take much. Not at all. I'm gonna send this to some reverb. All right. So you hear the reverb, you hear. So this is without the EQ. This is with. So it's just slightly brighter, give me a little bit more snap on it. I think I actually might want to put a compressor on there as well. We'll go with something simple. Let's go with some UAD. I think a lot of you all enjoy when I mix with UAD plugins. So let's go with let's see what kind of compressor we want to go on here. Let's go with let's go with a Fairchild 660. There we go. This is without. You hear how it's not really, you know, we like that snare to pop. We like that snare to kind of hold tempo. That's where usually people are snapping, clap, and you know, we use the snare as the tempo. So we want that snare hidden, man. We want that snare, you know, present. So this compressor allows us to do that. All right. Let me hear this loop really quick. Let's see what this is. Let's turn that up some. Oh yeah, I like that. Alright, I like that. And then cowbells, let's see what we got here. I think I want to do some panning on these cowbells. Maybe we'll pan on the shakers. We'll send this to the reverb as well. Ooh, that's nice. All right, I like the reverb. Let's hear that again. I like it. Let's spread it a little. We're not gonna spread this as wide, but we're gonna dig out a little bit just so we can give it its own room. And then, because at the same time, like I said, we're going to pan those shakers. So we're going to be playing with the whole spectrum, left to right. And we kind of just want to give everything its own space to sit. That's a very important part of mixing. It's bigger than making it loud enough. It's bigger than, you know, there's still certain stipulations that go into the technique of what mixing really is. You know, you're still getting levels. You're still doing your blends and all of that. I think we've gotten so far into the customization and the creativity part of mixing and recording and artistry and music, which I love, but I think we don't talk about the technique. There is still a technique that comes with mixing if you want to mix on a certain level. All right, so we're not gonna widen it too much, and then because I want to widen out some of those higher frequencies. I'm not really worried about the lower frequencies in that cowbell. We're gonna widen out some of the higher frequencies in that cowbell. Now let's listen to it. This is without the winder. With the winder. You can hear it playing on your ears. If you're putting in headphones, or like I said, if you got speakers, even your phone, a lot of times these newer phones will give you a left-right image as well. So you should be able to hear it kind of playing with your ears. All right. And then this is where we get nice and freaky. All right, that's what I like to call it. We are going to auto pan this thing, these shakers, because we want them hitting all over the place. We're going to reverse the path. I'm going to bring that width in a little bit, and I am not going to link it to the tempo. I really want to make it kind of ride the actual shaker itself. So let's listen. You can already hear it moving. There we go. We'll turn these down a little. Yeah. All right, I'm rocking with that. This sample right here is like a wind. You know, I'm not really sure what we should do with this. I think I'm just gonna turn it up a little bit, to be honest. Oh yeah, I do have my Avid Artist mix over here that I'm using to mix. So if you see the screen moving without me doing it with the mouse, it's because I'm using this control surface over here as well. Alright, what was that? We're gonna turn that, let's turn the sample up a little. So you should see the sample moving up, the volume. Alright, I like that there. Alright, and then I'm gonna bring this input gain to this drum sub down. We're losing some headroom, so we're gonna have to. You can see our master as well. We're pretty high, so we gotta play with some headroom. And we gotta get these drums down a little bit. Alright, so individually, we will turn these down as well. And on my drums, for the most part, man, most of the time on my drum auxes, I will really just kind of compress it. Sometimes I'll do it like a side chain on like a snare or something, and you know, but this is gonna be really simple and really quick. So I think we put a nice bus compressor on there, and we ride out. This is also kind of like a R&B type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? So we'll keep it simple. Let's go to SSL bus. Where we at? I can't damn read. Let me see. Here we go. Bus compressor. We don't need that much gain reduction. A lot of times, man, with this SSL bus compressor, you can just throw it on your aux, and sometimes you don't have to affect it. Let's see what we're getting out of it, though. So we're gonna bypass it. All right, so we're getting more out of the drums. I think I want more out of this kick, y'all. I'm gonna do put some compression or something on this kick. Matter of fact, let's go one knob fatter. Little bit so it's not so aggressive. Alright, I like that. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get with this organ. Put organ up there at the top. And the rest of everything else is guitars. Alright, so we'll go organ. This is just the order I like to go in. We'll put electric guitars on top of the bass. All right, so we'll come in and play with this organ. I love to EQ my organ, so that's going to be the first thing I do. Let's go with some HEQ because I like to be able to visualize and see my EQs. If you're in the chat, man, and you watching, what's happening, what's going on? All right, so here we go. Not paying attention. Let's just highlight it. Here we go. right. I think I'm gonna push like right at 8, somewhere around 800. I'm gonna bring some highs in just a little bit, and I want to take these lows out. So if we bypass this EQ I just did, and this is the organ, by the way. So we're putting a little EQ on the organ. I want the organ to give us a little bit more body. Give us, just give us a little more. So this is without. That is with. All right. A lot more present, a lot more body. Now we're gonna come in and we're gonna turn this input down on this thing. All right. So we'll bypass it. Without. This is with. So we give it a little bit more, like I said, body, a little bit more depth with that organ. It's really, really gonna blend nice with the vocals. All right. Now this electric guitars, we want to live right in the middle. All right. A lot of the times we're gonna play the vocals off of either some type of guitar or some type of piano. Keyboard. These are like your lead instruments, right? So anytime you have your electric lead guitar, piano, keys, that is kind of where you want to place your, like when you're mixing your vocals, you're going to kind of use those to find the key of your vocals also, but to also find out where your vocals can sit frequency wise, right? So the more you kind of move and shape those lead instruments, because a lot of the times those lead instruments are going to sit right in the center of that mix, kind of right where you want your vocals. So you got to be able to leave room for the lead instrument and the lead vocals to not clash, to really just blend really nicely. So this electric guitar, I'm just going to add a little reverb on it. For the most part, we might EQ it after a while. We'll bring vocals in a minute, and then we'll go back through it and see what we need to do to some of these instruments for our vocals to pop. But I'm liking how the instrumental is sounding so far. Let's get some reverb on it. All right, so this is no reverb. This is reverb. Alright, and then I'm going to put actually, let's put, I think I'm going to put an amp on this thing. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put an amp on here. Let's see, what do I want to use? I like Abbey Road. Abbey Road is always great for like that nice tape type of sound. Let's see what we have though. We got Empirical Lab now. Let's see. Let's see. This is also the part about having a lot of plugins. It's so many of these plugins that I have not used. So trying to go through and use new plugins with y'all is kind of like the reason why I'm doing this as well. If you guys are familiar with UAD Waves, I have most of their plugins. So, just let me know if you got a certain guitar plugin that you like to use. If you're in the chat right now and you're watching, if you got a certain guitar plugin that you like to use, let me know what you like to use. I like to use tape plugins on guitars, just to kind of keep that nice analog vibe, you know what I mean? So screw it, man. We're just gonna go with this Abbey Road saturator. Do you automatically hear the difference? Jeez. like that. We might end up turning that down a little bit, but I like that. All right, the rest of these guitars they really just kind of come in and kind of accent. So we'll hear what we got. We might not need to do too much to it though. Let's hear this one. Oh, I know what I'm doing with this one. That sounds dreamy, right? So what we're gonna do with that, we are going to pan this as well. I want you to hear this. I want you to hear it. We're gonna go the highs. We're gonna go pretty wide with that. Probably like at maybe 15 and up. We will send this to the reverb as well. And the reverb I'm using for all of these instruments is a Lexicon. UAD Lexicon 224, I believe. It is right. Oh, well, it's hidden. Let me unhide it, I guess, so you guys can actually see it. Let me see. Let me find that verb. So that reverb is right here. So it's a Lexicon 224 and HEQ. Of course, I always EQ my reverb. So this guitar here, this is basically what we've done to it. Shout out to everybody watching, man. Hopefully we got some creatives in the chat. Say what's up. You know, let me know if you vibing to it, man. If you like the song, we'll pull vocals in a minute. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. The beat is it's a vibe, man. I really like working on music that just sounds good. So we're gonna take this reverb off of here. Take the spread off. All right. Now we'll put the spread back on. Put the reverb back on. Makes it a little more dreamy. And I think we are going to... I'm actually going to raise that up a little, volume-wise. Now let's see if we are blending properly. I'm not mixing in solo. I'm just trying to show you all what I'm doing to the actual instrument. It might be hard for you to hear what I'm actually doing if you're listening on the phone or if you're not prone to mixing. Like, I can hear the subtle changes that I'm making with all of the music playing, but I'm trying to solo things so you guys can hear the differences that we are making. And like we always say, less is more. You don't want to come in and throw 50, 11 plugins on a session. It's not going to make it sound good. It's not going to make it sound good. I don't care. Now, if you're trying to do some type of distortion, creativity, you know, you're just trying to get freaky with whatever you got going on, by all means, do what you do. But there is there's still a technique to mixing. Ooh, I like it. I'm gonna turn that up. All right, and we are going to compress that because we're gonna make that one come in like we wanted to come in, and we are going to put I'm going to do this Waves plugin. I show this a lot. This is one of my favorite plugins with Waves, or at least Manny Marroquin. Manny Marroquin has a series. Tone Shaper is one of my favorite dynamic plugins from Manny Marroquin, and that's what we're going to do on this guitar. Let's go high mids. We'll raise highs. Okay, that came out. One more time. Kind of want those highs to bleed in a little more. There we go. All right, and then of course we're gonna send this to the lexicon as well. Let's hear what we got going so far with that.